That is John Tuco himself, him and his brother. We got some news about this, so let's turn this up, check this out.
During closed beta,
We got the lobby music.
And testing our server infrastructure across the globe, finding and fixing bugs, and overall just verifying that everything is a go for launch. And at this point, things are holding up pretty well. And so we're ready to move on to the next phase of launching the game. Closed beta ends on October 7th, and early...
Okay. October 7th. They're calling it early access. It's basically the PC release of the game. I'm guessing they're not calling it like release because console's not out. I would guess console is probably not that far away, right? Because they had console for the other tests. Valorant was like a month or whatever in their beta. This is like the same shit. This is basically exactly what I expected, right?
Early access is our first full-featured version of the game with a full season of content and a few key new
I saw this gauntlet and I already knew what skin this was.
features.
This gotta be
like
the Vi skin that people care about the least, right? It's like her least cool Vi skin, I think, in the game, actually.
And finally, starting in early access, we'll have no more content resets. Everything you get in early access will be yours to keep.
It's basically release, huh?
We've seen folks finding synergy with their friends through duos, and the clips of both high and low moments are glorious.
They said high and low moments and they put these fucking two on there. That's crazy.
We're also keeping a close eye on issues that pop up over the course of the beta, like bugs, controller issues, or game crashes, and pushing hotfixes when we can.
Some people have had some memory leak problems
you
too.
can always report these using the hashtag 2xko_bugs or by submitting a ticket on our player support page.
You get cosmetics, battle pass, no more resets. You can unlock everything permanently.
We're also going to showcase combo trials. Wait till
that is a really, I'm so happy this is in the game.
And get a feel for how they play.
Oh, wait. I just noticed something. Look, in the top. The money, 14,000. Oh, you bet. I'm about to go and do all these fucking combo trials and instantly unlock all the characters. A lot of new players wanted to learn and they're like, I don't know where to go. So they only have things like my videos or like other people making B&B guides. And as we've seen with Northern Lion, you put a numpad in front of him and he's like, what am I supposed to do? And you're just like, brother, you were there before the numpad was invented, bitch. Like, you know what a numpad looks like, okay? SK is like, I've never even owned a numpad keyboard. That makes sense. She's young enough that I'm like, all right, fair enough. But this motherfucker's so old, there's no way he doesn't know what a numpad looks like. When he said, oh, use my assist to cover my jump in? Don't you mean press X when I'm in the air? I'm like, bro, don't act like you don't know what that advice was, because you parsed that they were talking about the assist and then translated it to a button command and took the advice. You're just being a freaking wiener, all right? Yeah, he's got his Rolodex out making fucking calls on his goddamn rotary phone, and this guy can't fucking figure out a numpad. He's like, I put 2 and I cranked it all the way around. I don't understand how it works, bro. That being said, should the FGC and fighting game fans say things like crouching heavy? Yes, you should not say use your 2H to anti-air. Just say hit crouching heavy. Use this special move. Awesome. Keep it simple. Fighting game fans go into people's chat and they're like, did you know that you can Kara cancel 6S2 into forward 1+2 into down forward 3 into Shining Wizard bound, and then afterwards you can get the strong aerial tailspin? It's like, bro, shut up. Just tell him what looks funny and cool and is gonna help him right now.
Every year,
I wonder how it will work.
5 seasons, and each season will come with a new champion.
Okay, so big news right there. 5 seasons per year, each one a new champion, each one in-game content, like skins and like whatever other stuff. A lot of people were like, 5 champions a year, that means in 1 year it'll be like similar to the Street Fighter launch roster, or in 2 years it'll be similar to whatever. But like 2 things can simultaneously exist, right? 1 is the launch roster small. Yeah, it's not that big. But 2, 5 is more than what most games are doing, right? Like Street Fighter, you get 4 a year, right? And one of the problems it has is the inconsistent spacing of the characters. You get like end of the year character, next year character, boom, boom, back to back, and then you wait 4 months for the next one. Whereas with 5 a year, I mean, it's gotta be one every 2.5 months. And it's free, which is a pretty big deal. I think 5 is like the minimum that most people would probably have been happy about. It is hard to make 5 characters a year for a fighting game. It is a lot. I would have been very happy with 6, but I think I kind of expected it not to be 6. This is just the reality of what we get. And if the launch roster is going to be 10, then 5 a year is faster than other fighting games are doing right now. The other thing that's nice about versus games, again, let me just say out loud, I think the launch roster is really small. I wish there was more characters in the game. I know all of you are typing right now. But one thing about versus games that helps is every time a new character gets released, it changes a lot about the game, because when character 10 comes out, there's a bunch of teams that will probably now incorporate character 10s. When character 11 comes out, there's a bunch of teams that will probably incorporate character 11, right? When character 12 comes out, you know what I mean? Like Tokon will have this too, as an example, right? Every time a new character gets added in a game that has 4 characters per team, it'll feel pretty different because you're just adding like a completely new variable that's like a pretty big deal. Whereas in Street Fighter, when Sagat comes out, if you're not playing Sagat, he's just a new annoying character you have to fight. You don't add him to your team. You're either playing Sagat or you don't. That's also true in team games in that you may not incorporate that character into your team, but it's easy for you to add them to your squad in a way that's like you can play the character or try the character or incorporate them more often. They're a small indie company, please understand. I actually think that their money is probably why they can do this many characters a year. I think for most companies, it's pretty tough to make this many characters per year. Like Street Fighter doesn't do 5 a year. The characters so far are dope also. The real shit though is, are we getting character 11 this year or next year? Winter 2026, no. Anyway, let's keep going.
Will be dropping when early access hits live on October 7th.
So we get 10th character October 7th.
Gameplay reveal trailer and dev update soon. We're also working on how Riot will support the competitive 2xKO scene. We're excited to announce that we'll be sponsoring 22 community-run tournaments through the rest of.
Yeah, this is pretty cool as well. They put up an article about this, but I think is it 5,000 per event? And they put a special duo pop bonus, where if you win a tournament with a duo, you get an additional $2,500. October 7th. So we have about 2 weeks, right? This beta was a little less than a month. Check when pass ends on October 7th. If it ends in December, we get character 11 on December. Maybe that's the tech. When like the game comes out, you just check the pass and see when like the ranked season ends, and then that tells you when the next character is each time. Personally, the launch roster being small sucks, but I'm having fun with the characters that are in the game. And 5 characters a year is, if there was 4 characters a year, I think I'd be pretty sad. The difference between having 18 after 2 years versus 20, I think is a pretty big deal, particularly because it means that you get a new character once every 2.5 months. That's a lot to learn, get used to, and then like learn the matchup and then decide if you want to play them or not. That's quite a bit of time. Why'd they put out a Darius trailer? They said they were gonna put out Darius, Ari, Echo, and Yasuo trailers because they like never got one because all 4 of them got shown off in the beginning. So they're like, yeah, we're just gonna like make trailers for all of them. Yes, they did also patch. So here are the patch notes. Fix an issue with high ping matches. Fix an issue with some advisability cause the opponent to lose control of their character. Don't fix that. Fix an issue where Blitzcrank could perform their ultimate for 2 bars by Kara canceling. Yeah, basically like Juggernaut, Blitz especially could just start with level 3. Fix an issue where champions did not have throw-in vulnerability when entering after an eject. If you're wondering like what does this mean? So if you were playing Juggernaut, as you may notice, this does quite a bit of damage. Juggernaut starts with Fury every round. So this is happening to Korea Gaming, by the way. So this is not escapable. This is just like, and people were like, nah, this seems chill. Like, yeah, Juggernaut should probably be able to do this. They were like, I don't know why they would take this away. You guys are chill with this? Are you looking at the screen? He's just dead to chip. So yes, anyway, this no longer works. Fix an issue where it's possible to soft lock by using save states. I haven't had this problem, but save states do explode the game sometimes. Small updates for the few months. We're seeing healthy win rates across all levels of skill, which is great, but we noticed a few places where champions either weren't behaving as intended or were breaking the speed limit in damage. There's one character in mind. We're not going to be changing core strategies in this patch, though Juggernaut Blitz players may have been hit, but we want time for players to find adequate counterplay before nerfing strategies or significantly changing the meta. Blitz, so he got nerfs to scaling on his grabs. I think basically because there was tons of times where Blitz lands a hook and then he like tags another character and then he supers and then he does the thing and you just die. Yeah, particularly with Fury they mentioned here. Yeah, his damage was a little excessive. It was like a hook. Yeah, this like Fury loop. You like pop Fury and then you can like hook and then reset and shit like this, right? Like you can do this off of like a light starter too. But like being able to do this and just like TOD characters, because he can just like hook you and then that resets you. He dash cancels the hook and he gets like a grounded combo each time. It was pretty practical for him to just kill you. He is still a very high damage character, but it's probably a bit excessive. Helping Hand, his level 1 super or his S1 super, knockdown speed has been increased. It now has 1 less active frame and upper hitbox is slightly smaller. This change prevents L from connecting after this. Yeah, you could link it after. We're happy with creativity, but this is breaking our intended combo pathing in a way we didn't find particularly interesting or balanced. We tested all your Blitz double down TOD combos you've been posting, and we're sorry to say they still work just fine. And it doesn't break armor anymore. I said this on commentary. I was like, oh, Blitz's super breaks armor because I thought all supers broke armor, But then I got a tweet from the lead champion design that was like, oh, yeah, you may have said that supers broke armor, and that's because one of them did on accident. Our bad. That's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to be level 3s break armor, but not level 1 supers. Forward S2 second and third hit now leaves the opponent closer on block. All hits will connect with the blocking opponent in most situations. This move is pretty minus on block. It's supposed to make it so that if he does forward S2, you can call an assist after and then like do pressure or like do stuff more consistently, and he doesn't just randomly whiff and then you call an assist and then both your characters get hit on accident. And you know, more recovery on his light and medium normals. Wait, why did he have no recovery on these? Braum, reduce hurtbox on his standing M. Alawi, S2 super tentacles now deal 33% less chip damage. This tones down their overall power level, but using them is still a viable strategy. Yeah, I think they were a lot. The thing is even if you were not playing a bleed team, the tentacles just do so much chip damage. Vi falls down faster after an air throw and it knocks the opponent back less. She couldn't do S2 super after sometimes. So they made this a little bit more consistent. I'll have to mess with this a little bit. Yasuo. Midair S1 does 90 damage down from 100. Forward S1 does 110 damage down from 120. Midair S2 does 90 damage down from 110. He's doing too much damage. This character being the highest damage character in the game is a problem for sure. He shouldn't have the best neutral and the best anti-zoning tool and pretty okay zoning himself and good left, right, high, low offense and be the highest hitting damage character. It's like, you know, it's like he shouldn't be hitting you mid-screen for 600 with no bar. I posted this combo last night. Look at how much damage. We can test this exact combo. But this is just his corner B&B. Normal B&B. This is a slightly easier version that I find more consistent. That's why I do it. And look at the damage by himself before super. 608 or 606. If you do the slightly harder version, it's like 634 or something. He's not Braum, you know, with ice. He's not Alawi or like, he's not like some big character or like Blitzcrank. But he's just doing 600 for free. Yeah, this combo's tight, by the way. Yeah, this combo's tight. Just TODs. Casual 1k. He's doing too much damage. He needs to be doing less damage. I think this character, I think Yasuo is the best character in the game. So hitting his damage is a good place to start because he already has like best in class mix and his normals are excellent. His anti-zoning is clearly the best. Like all of his other tools are really, really strong. He needs to not be hitting you for 600 for no problem. Big deal, I think, is combo trials are really nice. And also they show here that the money is uncapped or at least more. You can get up to 25,000 KO coins. I don't know what they're actually called. And 10,000 is how much a champ costs in the beta. So if, you know, this is 2.5 champs here. The first impact, this is all tournaments happening throughout the rest of the year. And they also say you get a local legend player title for your account, which is cool if you win. I think stuff like this makes a lot of sense. It's probably what most people expected. I think if you're expecting Riot to be like, all right, the game is out. Now we have a $40 billion tournament. It doesn't really make much sense. You go to other tournaments that are around in your ecosystem and then you partner with them, right? Yeah, I expect their like circuit stuff to come later. Like whatever kind of circuit thing they want to do is like something that I expect them to work on later. Now you just build your own thing and starve out the regional scene, then sell that shit for some sick oil money. Wait, you might be onto something.